She's about, left arm there. She's about half off the road, and I'm getting hit by these leaves, and there's about this much space left, and there's a bus coming towards me.
It's Ireland, and he's probably drunk.
She had not slowed down 1 mile an hour, did she, Todd, ever. She never conceded to that. In fact, if I have to do an analogy about Anne, it is no matter what came at her, where she was or what she had to fight her way through, she never slowed down an iota. She just made it work.
No, all the time. There was this. I don't know if everybody remembers the red Audi. We went through so many cars in Ireland. The first time we got there, we were renting a Renault, for those of you who know the car. And of course, she was driving on the other side of the road from the ones Americans are used to. So the gear shift was not where she was used to it at all, and it was so much. I was navigator, co-pilot, and chief grabber on the Jesus strap. And Mom would go ahead and she'd try and change the gear, and she'd end up hitting the door because she was going for the right side, and I'd grab her left hand and say, "No, over here, dear," while we're careening around streets and everything. But we progressed through many and various things. Oh God, we could spend a whole panel talking about Mom and cars. All right, I wasn't going to go there, but I'm going to go there first and then come back to this one, if I remember. The first car we got was a black Morris Minor, 1100cc. You know Morris Minor, not Minor. It was this four-door sedan, not the Morris Minor. It was a Morris something or other. Anyway, it was a nice old black car. And we went to our first convention over in the UK. It was WorcesterCon, I believe, in 1970. It was in EasterCon. Marvelous fun. Mum decided we would tour a bit, So we get off and we get into, I think, Liverpool, go down to Worcester, do the con. We had a blast. We went down to Stonehenge. Back in the days when you could touch the stone. We went to Aylesbury and then whatever, and then we finally were going touring through Wales. Now, you guys.
Avebury, not Aylesbury.
Yeah, Avebury. What? Yeah. Okay.
Aylesbury's not very interesting.
Okay. Anyway, we got all the way through all of that, and we're going through Wales. Now, Wales makes Ireland look like it's got straight roads, and not really so scary. And we're racing to get to the ferry in time, the Fishguard ferry in time, and we've never been on these roads before. And oh, by the way, I'm navigator. And we start hearing this funny noise as we're going down windy hills. It's coming from my side, and I'm afraid there's something wrong with the front wheel. We can't stop, according to Mom. Oh no, we can't stop, and I'm getting more and more nervous. And finally, we make the ferry, and she said, "We'll check at the nearest garage when we get in off in Fishguard." So we do, and they pull off the hubcap. And I see that all 4 wheel bolts are on, and I'm going, oh, well, I guess I must have been wrong. And then your man goes ahead and lifts up the hub nut that holds the entire wheel on. Okay? We were driving through Fishguard and windy hills, and the only thing that was holding that wheel on was the caliper brakes. I nearly died. But anyway, that's just one of the fun Mom gets to drive stories. The one I love, though, and unfortunately, poor Judy got to.
One of the most memorable of those occasions, which is one of her favorite stories ever.
That she liked to tell on herself was at the American Librarians Association meeting. She loved to tell that story.
I'm guessing where you're going. Go,
I think
please.
you do. It was, she had just lectured about Pern and the egalitarian society, meritocracy that she had created. But it hadn't really occurred to a librarian in the back of the room. And she stood up and said, "Well, Mrs. McCaffrey, you're talking about the various kinds of dragons, and that the queen dragons are female, and that they mate with the bronze," Janny knows right now, "bronze and brown dragons, but the green dragons are also female, and they mate with the blue dragons or the brown dragons, but their riders are men." Oh, Mrs. McCaffrey!
Just smiled.
She particular, for those of you who matter, you'll remember this. You can